Hi everyone, welcome back to MapSyntax. In this short video, I will give you a quick guide to using JupyterLab, a powerful environment for interactive coding, data analysis, and research. So whether you are a student, researcher, or a professional working with Python and data analysis, JupyterLab can be your best friend when working with Python. It can help you organize your work quite efficiently. And I use it quite a lot in my work, research and teaching, and we are going to use it a lot in this channel, so I thought it would be nice to have a separate video briefly going through how to work with JupyterLab. So this is what this video is about, and we try to keep it short. In this playlist, we had a video on how to set up your Python environment. So I assume that you have already followed that instruction and you have your Python environment set up and the JupyterLab is installed. I will put the link here. So in case you haven't done that already, please start by following that video and installing your Python environment and setting up and installing the JupyterLab. And once you do that, in my case, I'm working on Windows, so I will start by searching for the word Anaconda, because that's the distribution I have used for installation. And if you have followed my instructions, you have the same. And I find the Miniconda, which is the version I'd used, the prompt window. So it looks like this. So this is the prompt window. For those of you who are not a big fan of terminal and prompt windows, we are not going to stay here long, so don't worry. So what I'm going to do here is first activate the library, activate the virtual environment in which I want to work. Make sure that in this virtual environment you have already installed the JupyterLab environment. So I had created a environment called MapSyntax. So I'm going to use conda activate to activate that environment I had created previously. If you're not sure what this is about, again, refer to the other video I had made on this. So now the correct environment is activated. I can see the name here. The next thing I'm going to do is to navigate to the right folder. So the place where I want to do my work in is on my Z drive under work MapSyntax Python example. So I press enter. I'm working on Windows and you can see that, okay, I'm still in drive C, even if I change the directory. And for going to the right drive, you just need to write Z, Z is the letter for my drive. So now I'm there. Now that I'm there, I can easily launch my JupyterLab by typing Jupyter space lab. So note that there's a space between the two words, and I press enter. So what this does is it launches an instance of JupyterLab for me. It might take a couple of seconds depending on how efficient your computer is. But yeah, it's doing its magic. So it will open a window on my browser. So I will pull up so I'm done with this prompt. I will just pull up my browser here so you can see what I have. So it's launching JupyterLab on localhost. And this is what JupyterLab looks like. So I will zoom in so you can see a little bit what we have. So it's a very intuitive interface, very similar to most other software or IDEs that you might have come across. So I'm using Python version 3.11. I know I should update it already, but yeah, so it gives me some information about the Python version I'm running and a bunch of other things. So in my directory, I do not have any file. Let me show what we have here. So one of the things we start with is this launcher. So by clicking on this blue button, you will get the launcher, and here you can do a number of things. You can start a notebook. Notebook is the JupyterLab file format that we will be working with, and I will show you shortly. It will allow you to create a combination of code and markdown, and it's perfect for organizing things and running code. So I will shortly show you how it works. You can also open a Python console, very similar to the conda prompt that we just looked at. So in case you want to install another library from here, you can do that. You can also use a terminal, for example. This will be useful if you want to access GitHub or run anything else. This is especially useful for people who are using Linux. Yeah, so from Launcher you can also create text files, Markdown, Python file, and do a bunch of things. Up here you have the usual navigation menu, so you can create new files, similar to what you just saw on the screen. You can create a new launcher, and you can open different kinds of files, also from your recent files, close tabs, shut things down, and save or export your notebook in different formats, and create workspaces and a bunch of things. And you have edit for editing code and merging cells and working with them. You have different options to control how things look on your screen. Here we have run for running a certain cell, running the whole notebook, and a number of different options. I will show you that you can actually access this from the notebook file itself, so I rarely come up here. And then you have also control over kernel. You can start your kernel, so this is your Python engine. So if something goes wrong and you want to start fresh, then this is what you do. You start a new kernel, or you just restart your Python. You can work with tabs. There are settings, for example, do you want to autosave the documents? Do you want to change the language to something else? There are also a bunch of themes you can use, and edit this. You can adjust how the editor looks like, how big or small the text is on your screen. Yeah, so we can do a bunch of things. You can also work with plugins. So one nice thing about JupyterLab is that, well, it has an open environment, meaning that people can develop different kinds of plugins and work with them. One of the useful libraries that I often install in my conda is the plugin for GitHub. Okay, so I will just open a console, a Python console. From here I can install what I need. So I will just I will use pip. So I will write pip install JupyterLab-git. It's the name of the library. So you could have also done this from your miniconda prompt. You can install, like we did in the other video, you can install any library that you might need. So this is essentially another library. Okay, so to get the changes, I will press Ctrl+C in my miniconda prompt to kill this current session. Okay, so you can see that the plugin is installed, and there's a warning that you trust them or not. Well, I trust them. So you can see a bunch of the plugins that are installed for you. So JupyterLab is added. You can access it from here. So you can clone a repository, initialize one, or open the file browser. So you can do a bunch of things. So it's a very handy library. But for today, I'm going to just show you how to work with notebooks. So notebooks, we will work with the native file of JupyterLab notebook is comes with the extension IPYNB, and this is what it looks like. So it's so you have cells. You can create a new cell on top of the one you're working on or below. You can delete the cell. You can duplicate a cell. You can move it around you can move the cell up or down. And when you select a cell, you can essentially choose whether it's going to be treated as raw, or treat it as markdown, so you can add edited text, formatted text, or it will be treated as a Python code. So in this case, I'm going to start with a markdown. So if you're not sure how to work with markdown, I'm sure there are a lot of good materials out there to show you how it works. So with markdown, I'm going to create a heading 1, with this hashtag sign. So I'm going to say this is my notebook, and I will just write a bit more. Here I see how JupyterLab works. So if for running a cell, you just hold down Shift on Windows, Enter, probably something similar on Mac or Linux. And you see, in this case, it was marked down, so it just got formatted. You see, if you want to edit it again, just double click on the cell and you go into this editing mode. In the second cell, I'm going to write a piece of Python. Here in this video, we are not writing Python yet, but just to show you how it works, I'm going to just write print. So, hello, classic example. So, hello world. So, this is just one line of simple Python code, and if I do the same thing, Shift Enter, the code is run. So this could have been something else, like 2 + 3. You run it, you get the output right there. So it is very useful. And if you want to add more documentation here, my code worked perfectly. Well, this is a very useless piece of documentation, but just to show you that you can just jump back and forth between code and markdown. And this is what I meant by what I said, that actually JupyterLab can help you organize your files, your code very nicely, integrating your code with documentation, everything in one place. So remember to save your file. If you see this dark gray circle up there, it means you have some unsaved changes in your file, so you can just save it using this disk sign. The first time you do that, it asks you to choose the name for a file. So my first notebook. So you can name it whatever you want, and there it is. If the change doesn't appear immediately, of course, you can just refresh the page. And yeah, there are a bunch of things that you can do. You can create a new directory, so you can create a folder. So just call it my folder. You can navigate to that folder by double clicking or going back by just clicking on the right location. That was a quick introduction to JupyterLab. Hopefully it was useful. As you can see, it's very flexible, powerful, and perfect for people who want to work with Python and do combine text and coding and analysis and data. It also we will see later on how things will look like, but it formats tables, so tables look very nice. You can see your visualizations and open HTML files, so you can do many things in one place. So it's very nice, and you will get used to it. We will be using it in almost all our videos. So see you in the next video.